Hello, everyone. Hopefully you hear me properly and you also see already the presentation. Let me welcome you. Uh, Let me welcome you to the next partner webinar in our Youth ESG Academy. My name is Simona, and today Elisabetta from Innova Lab will be presenting. And she will also tell something about herself and her work, and also about Innova Lab. But I will say that it's a non-governmental and non-profit youth organization committed to the personal and professional development of young people. And I'm really glad that Innova Lab is also partner of our Youth ESG Academy. And Elisabetta created also one module that will be I think, on January or on February on your schedule when you will meet with your lecturer. But we also have here a student of Elisabetta, as I understood. So welcome from Slovakia. And now, Elisabetta, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Simona, for your presentation. It's my pleasure to be here today with so many young people, I think, and thank you all of you that you decided to spend your afternoon together with us. It's a rainy day here outside, so maybe it's better to be here and to learn something new. So we are really glad to work together with Slovakian organization on this project that involves so many young people and on the subjects that is very interesting. So let me first introduce myself. My name is Elisabetta Toshev. Actually, I'm professor at the university, as you may see in the presentation, St. Clement Ohridski from Bitola. And I also, at the beginning, before I start to present my organization, I want to mention that also our university is so dedicated to sustainable development goals. So we are in one alliance that I put here. It is called COLORS. Together with 7 other European universities, we are working on promoting sustainable development goals between young people in every area. So this subject is very important to me as a researcher, also as a professor, but also as a president of this non-governmental organization that is part of this project, is also working of the subject of circularity. I have here, as I'm seeing students that are listening to the subjects of basic of economics and also entrepreneurship, and they're very eager on this subject, especially students of entrepreneurship. And previously we discussed some of the subjects, so it is a good addition also for them to learn something more about this subject that is called circular economy and generating business ideas. So we will explore how this sustainable thinking can inspire new opportunities for young people, also for the youth workers, and everyone that is interested in this green innovation that we are talking about. So what we are all going to learn from this workshop, we are going to go to basic principles of the circular economy, and we will look how some of the businesses can eliminate waste through a smarter design or new business models. We will see some practical examples from European Union and from the global markets to show how circular business, it is not a theory. It is already happening now in the world, and it is creating jobs. And finally, we will try to develop some simple green business ideas by using this circular economy as an inspiration. So as we all know, a clean and healthy environment is essential for our quality of life. But the modern lifestyles are based on excessive consumption and are creating enormous amounts of waste. Also, we have poor waste management, and it is causes serious pollution of air, of water, soil, all over the world. So as we can see on this picture, we have mountains of waste. But our planet has limited natural resources, and we are using these resources faster than they can be restored. So cities are growing now rapidly. Material consumption is increasing, and climate changes is intensifying every day. So these challenges makes clear that the traditional model like take, make, dispose economic model that we are living now, it's not longer sustainable. Does anyone know what this does it mean? Take, make, dispose. If you want to say, you don't have, I know that the students are a little bit shy, so you don't have to turn on your cameras of mics, or just write something in the chat. Here, I will open now the chat and I will look at the chat. So this is a traditional model, but it is not longer because this is making so much problem. And circular economy is something new. It is new regenerative model that focuses on reducing the waste, reusing the resources, and extending the life cycle of the products. This circular economy will help to protect the environment, support sustainable economic growth. In economy, we are saying it is not about economic growth, it is about sustainable economic growth, and creates new opportunities for innovation and now for the green jobs. In the next slide, I have linear versus circular economy. So this linear this is very important. I wanted to say, because you, as young people, you are playing the key role in this transition from linear to circular economy. Because young people, by gaining this knowledge and development of some green skills, can become leaders of change and will help to build some more sustainable and responsible future in the next generation. So this linear economy is working of the same way, like we are using the stuff and then we are disposing. But this system is creating waste, garbage in every step. So circular economy is something different. Circular economy is working on design, then use, reuse, repair, recycle, and regenerate. The goal of the circular economy is to keep materials in use as for long as it's possible. So if we imagine, for example, a phone, mobile phone, so a linear phone becomes trash after 2 or 3 years, of course, and a circular phone is designed so that parts can be repaired, upgraded, or reused. This shift is very important because it drastically reduces the waste and creates new services. We are talking about jobs. We are creating new services about repair, refurbishment, material recovery, and more. So this in this slide, even for Macedonian students, we will see that this is the process of the circular economy. Rethink. We want to rethink what materials and what products we are going to use. Then it is refuse. We have to refuse the usage of some of materials that are not eco-friendly. Then reduce. It's very important to reduce our consumption. Then reuse again the products, then repair, and after that is recycle. So I want all of you to understand that this is the main problems that our society is facing. So I want, it would be really good if some of you write in the chat, for example, what is the biggest environmental problem in your city? If you have some problem with the environment, you can write, even for the Macedonian students, you can write in Macedonian if you wish. So кој е најголем проблем со кој се среќавате во врска со заштитата и со животната средина во вашиот град? What is the biggest environmental problem in your city? Can someone write in the chat? Or there is no? So throwing trash everywhere. Okay, thank you, Christina. Another problem that is affecting environment. So as you know, it is oh yes. So as you know, it is Black Friday. So we are over consumption. So it is like presented to us like this, like a big discount. So we need to buy everything. We need to buy stuff that we are not using that stuff, or we are not needing that stuff. Besides that, we are also facing no money for systematic approach. Yes, that's fortunately very true. Hopefully, I was thinking that maybe in Slovakia that things are different because it is EU member or not. Hopefully, we will change, but we are in the right place. We need to work at first with the young people. So yes, it could be better. So that's why I wanted to say, that's why this topic is important for so many reasons. As you can see, this linear economy here is working on the way take, make, dispose, circular economy, reduce, reuse, recycle. System approach that we were talking, it is one-way flow on the circular economy, and this on the linear economy, and the closed loop system, like you need to close the loop, we are saying, или да се затвори кругот, еве на македонски. So this linear economy is high waste generator. Resource use are linear. It also creates a huge pollution. In circular economy, there is a low waste, efficient, regenerative, and reduces pollution and conserves the resources. Because we were thinking about the food waste. So food waste, we are all faced with that problem. And we also, as you know, we are throwing the food. So I'm going to share also this in the chat. Let me find the question. So food. Please check. How often do you throw away uneaten food? A, never, sometimes, often. Please answer in the chat by A, B, or C. So no one often. So we are maybe never. Bravo, Christina. You're never throwing the food. So the others are maybe throwing. As you know, this is a really big problem because 91.2 million tons of food goes unsold or uneaten every year. This is equivalent weight of 220 Empire State buildings. So the total cost of this is 473 billion in the food waste across all supply chains. And this doesn't even count the hidden costs because the land, the water, and energy used to produce the food never gets, these foods never gets eaten. It is one of the most preventable contribution to the climate change today. We all know how we throw the food. I will show later some examples how we can prevent something of that. But you should know that even a small changes in our habit can lead to a big impact, because a wasted food is not just a wasted money, it is wasted water, land, energy, and potential. Unfortunately, the food waste is one of the most fixable environmental challenges that we face today. So if reducing the food waste is number one action, so we can take to reduce climate impact. 1 ton of food waste is 2.5 to 3 tons of the carbon emissions dioxide, mostly for methane in landfills. So every meal matters. At scale, more actions can lead to a real change. When we waste food, we reduce less food, we reduce emissions, support families, and drive a more efficient food system. So the next questions I'm going to ask you, it's not about the food, it's about your clothes. So, do you usually throw away or donate old clothes? Do you throw? Do you donate? Or did you reuse your old clothes? So, what do you do with your old clothes? Donate and reuse, okay. Donate and reuse. Okay. So there is no problem because we all have something donate, but we are not throwing in the garbage. Okay. On the next slide, you're seeing tons and tons of this textile waste. Textile waste in one of the biggest pollution in the whole world, because it affected very environment and climate during the whole life cycle, and the emission in the greenhouse gases and pollutants. Between 200,000 and 500,000 of tons of microplastics from the textiles enter in the marine environment each year. So European Union consumers discard about 5.8 million tons of textile annually. This is 11 kilos per person. And most of them, it is consisting of synthetic fibers. That is even more pollution creates. In Europe, 1/3 of the textile waste is collected separately, and a large part is exported. So as we are seeing this textile mountain, and not to mention about this dyeing with these colors and the clothes that we are wearing, and also this fast fashion, most of the things we are throwing away. So if we promote these sustainable fiber choices, and we will control the microplastic emissions, we need to improve this collection, reuse, and recycling, so we have the potential to improve the circularity and sustainability of the economy. So it is another big problem. Let's stay on the circular economy. So as the key principles of the circular economy, we have very many principles, but I will mention is design without waste. So products should be creative so that waste is eliminated from the beginning. For example, like I said previously, like the modular electronic that can be repaired. I will show you later example of that company. Keep materials in use, reuse, refill systems, sharing, refurbishment, keep items circulating longer, and regenerate natural systems. Use renewable materials, conserve resources, and restore ecosystems. These are the basic principles of the circular economy that are very much connected with sustainable development goals, especially with this that I mentioned previously, with 8, creating green jobs and sustainable economic growth. SDG 9, innovation and resilient industry. SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. And SDG 13, climate action. So when we talk about circular startups, we are talking about SDG-driven entrepreneurship. That's why it is very important. So let me see what you did you have something to say about this subject. So I created a pool, and I will also put that in the chat. So you could vote in this pool. You can access, and you could vote about which action helps the environment most. What do you think? According to your opinion, which action is actually helping environment the most? I have answers: reducing, reusing, repairing, or recycling. Could you access the link? So I will have your answers to show you what action is helping environment the most. So far, I don't have any answers. Can you answer this part? Simona, can you access to this link?
Yes, I already voted.
Okay. Yes. So what?
Maybe it has just a little bit longer response time.
Okay. So I have only okay. 3 votes now, and they are all correct. It means that most of you are knowing about the subject. Is someone else trying to vote? So maybe not. Okay. However, the thing that helps the environment the most is reducing, because I also got only correct answers, because like you see in this upside down, it's not pyramid, I don't know, but it is reducing. It means that prevents waste before it's creating. When you're reusing, you're extending the life of the products. When you're repairing, you keep products to use longer. And recycling is process waste after it is created. So what should we do first? We need to reduce first consumption of something that is not necessary to buy or to use. So we will, on the next slide, we will see how and where the circular economy can create new jobs. Because as you see, this is a new opportunity, and it can create many different jobs. So maybe these circular solutions can be in many areas. So it is a good idea. Someone of you is thinking about starting a new business. It is a new opportunity in repair services like electronics, clothes and bikes, refurbishment industries, recycling and material recovery, sustainable packaging solutions, zero waste retail, digital green tools, we will speak about all this, local artisan production, urban farming and composting. So these are all areas where the new jobs can be created. And that is very important because young people can enter in these areas easily and with the low investment. So in the next poll that I have, I will share, but I don't know who will answer. So my question is, which green jobs sound interesting for you of these that I mentioned previously?
It's the same link like before?
No, the new. Can you can't access? Let me.
It looks like the same thing.
Maybe it's mistake. Let me see. Okay, but I think it is maybe the mistake. But also, what do you think? What it is most interesting? Like repair services. I will have this slide again. Like repair services, recycling, packaging, zero waste, retail, digital green tools, artisan production, urban farming. Which sounds more interesting to you? That you maybe want to start a job in some of these areas, or nothing so far? Okay, so maybe you will get a little repair. Okay, Simona, you're we have also for Macedonian students, we have something that is called Ništo Novo. It is nothing new. It is learning young people to make repair of some basic stuff. Like everyone needs to know how to repair stuff, and we don't know. That is very true. Repair services are very interesting. Okay, maybe they will get inspired later. So it is not like the myth now, because these green jobs are actually happen everywhere in the in the Europe and the world. It is all the powerful trends to accelerating this transition. So, for example, products as a service. Instead, people in the world, instead of owning items, people can rent or subscribe. So maybe these Airbnb or other services are also helping, because people are not longer wanted to own the stuff, but they just rent the stuff. Also, second-hand markets like vintage. I will talk you about that later. Also, zero waste retail. There are refill stores, packaging-free grocery shops. Upcycling fashion. Also, designers that are using waste materials. This is also very popular. I was talking about that at the beginning, that we are doing now that at the moment. Also creating green digital platforms. I will show you example about that, about renting, repairing, sharing. And all these trends are now opening doors for creativity and innovation for the young people. So basically, if you want to start a job in the circular economy, there are 6 basic business models that can be used. So, for example, life extension of the product. There are services like repair, maintenance, also resource recovery. This is about recycling, composting, circular inputs, renewable recycled materials, sharing platforms like car sharing, like Uber. No, and other trends they are sharing now, the transportation, tool libraries, co-working also is a sample of circular business model. Products as a service, renting house instead of ownership, and upcycling, transforming waste into higher value product. So now it is not like a task, but look around you. and find one object that could be reused instead of throwing away. You don't need to share, just notice in your surrounding how many things they could have a second life. There are around you, but they could have a second life. Is there some stuff in your surroundings? I think that we all have something near us. Next, I'm going to show you some examples of successful businesses in the circular economy there are now in the world. So first we have, it is called Fairphone. It is from Netherlands. It is a modular phone designed for repair. It is constructed with a parts that can be easily repaired because, as I said, it is we throw our phones. We are not longer use them after 2 or 3 years. So this is special modular phone. I think that someone of you definitely can hear about Patagonia. That is working in the area of clothes. So it's about working by solution of the environmental production. It is brand is called Warm Wear. It is given more life to live the clothes, gives more life. They make longer repair by repair, reuse, and recycle clothing programs. The next one is calling, it's very interesting, it's EcoAlf from Spain. And EcoAlf from Spain is making fashion made from ocean waste. So it's helping a big deal on the marines, especially on the Mediterranean, because it is Spain, but now Greece, France, and Italy and the other countries are joining. They are collecting the garbage and pollution from the marines, and they are creating the new fashion brands. It is very interesting, and now it is expanding. Next one is also very interesting. It is called Too Good To Go. It is food waste prevention application. When you're ordering the things through this application and the market staff are preparing your application, in that way you will be like stop not to buy too many food and later to finish in the garbage, just to waste the food. It is very good application. I think, I don't know, in Slovakia, you can also download this application and you may use this application. About these repair cafes, we were talking previously. This is community-driven repair events. When you're repairing some stuff like repairing coffee makers, furniture, laptops, other electronics, it is very also popular, even in Macedonia. So next idea is BioBin. It is from UK. It would turn coffee waste into biofuels. We have some competition here in Macedonia, and there was some idea about the coffee waste, but turning it some sort of compost. It was the idea of the young people. And this is a way forward because they are turning coffee waste into biofuels. So it's very interesting and sustainability, and this is highly recommended in the future. I hope that everyone know about this. It is Vinted Lithuania. It is huge second-hand clothing marketplace. How about your habits? Did you buy second-hand clothes? Yes or no? Okay. One, yes. Yes, okay. So it's very popular in Europe. You buy because you like or just because it's some kind of trend now, or just wanted to make environmental impact. Okay. So, what do you think? With the students or young people, should I say, want to start like the new business in this circular economy, what skills do they need to have? What skills are more important when you wanted to start some green idea? What skills you think are more important? Because as you know, we all have the formal our skills through our formal education, but it's also about what skills should we have if we want to think like this circular. Is someone having some idea what skills we need to develop about this? What about critical thinking? What do you think about do you think about critical thinking? Definitely, we should have some critical thinking skills, because these are some of the, as you can see, critical thinking will help to analyze these environmental challenges. If we are not aware about what is happening in our planet and everything, we can not think circular or develop some circular businesses. Also, we need to have critical thinking to make like informed and ethical decisions and to innovate with purpose. Communication is also one of the skills that need to be developed if you want to create some green business. Communication is very important if you want to gather people behind your idea. So if you want to share your sustainable ideas with clarity, and also if you want to act as a leader to inspire others to act in that way, and if you want to collaborate with the diverse teams. So also teamwork is one of the competences that need to develop. Also, the young people don't want to develop these skills. They need to develop problem-solving skills, because we all know about the problem and we should be able to find creative, eco-friendly solutions to overcome barriers in the green businesses and to adapt to the change and uncertainty, because we don't know what will happen if we start to think about developing some green idea. So now we will connect the theory with real entrepreneurship, and we will talk about some real business ideas, what could be done in the circular economy. So first is upcycling businesses. You could make bags from old jeans. You can make jewelry from waste materials. You can renovate furniture. This is also attractive because it has low investment. It is creative, and now it has high interest from the consumers. This is the first area. The second area, it is in the repair and refurbish services. You can repair the clothes, you can repair the electronic devices, or refurbish them, like making this new bicycle repair. For this area, there's a growing demand because the new products has a very high prices. The next area is zero waste shop, like using reusable alternatives, refill stations, local sustainable producers, and all this can be fully online. This was very interesting for me, creating digital green tools. So one of our colleagues from university developed this application. That is first, it is waste tracking application that detects waste or garbage that you have in your surrounding. Also, carbon footprint calculation. Even in this Erasmus project, maybe Simona knows, we are calculating how is carbon footprint, and we are using like less eco-friendly options for traveling. Also, platforms for renting or exchanging items. Urban agricultural is very interesting also, like hydroponics, vertical gardening, community gardens. It also supports local food production. The picture that you are seeing here is how Netherlands grows mushrooms inside vertical columns from the recycled cartons. It is pest free and also have zero plastic. It is also very interesting idea. This could, I put these slides because I think that you can also do this in your homes. It is about upcycling and creative redesign. Upcycling, as you know, is the process of transforming old, unwanted, or damaged garments into new products of higher quality or value or creative appeal rather than discarding only them. It is different from recycling because of recycling materials are into the raw form, but upcycling means that most of the original garment is kept and it is enhanced through new creative design. You can make creative redesign that involves by adding clothing some imaginative ways like changing the cut, adding some decorative elements, combining fabrics, repurposing for a new function. For example, it could be like a men's shirt to turn into a woman's dress, or adding like something to an old jacket to have a modern look, or to combine like fabric scarves to create patchwork. Patchwork is very interesting. Actually, this one picture that I have in the heads, it was creating from our young people from the vet school. They are creating hats from old jeans. Also, this is something that not as a business, but anyone from us can do it if you want to contribute and to nourish this culture of reuse. Not to dispose, but just to find the new use for the old garments, but also creating very unique and fashionable pieces. This is something that we forget, but our grandmothers are using. We forget how to mend, how to darn, how to patch things. And this is also very interesting. And also a lot of workshops are organized between the young people and these mending and repair techniques, like learning basic garment repair skills, darning, patching, and hemming. This is a way to give the new life for the clothing and to reduce textile waste. So these techniques were practiced centuries ago with our grandmothers. They're also very relevant today because if we want to speak about sustainable fashion, you can see here the pictures of darning, where you are waving new thread into the worn, into some damaged area, and you give a new functionality. It is also useful in socks, sweaters, and knit wear. Also, patching is the process when you have hole or tear in your clothes, especially when you give new materials. It is used on jeans, jackets, or workwear. It could be very interesting, and it could give some unique design element. This was some of ideas. What should do you do if you want, not as a business, but as a person, if you want to contribute to the circular economy and to saving the environment. So if you want, on the other hand, if you want to develop some green business idea, if you want in the future to create some of business, you should be seeing your green idea using by this ESG lens. First, you should ask yourself, what should you do about environment? Does this idea reduce waste or emissions? Next, you should ask about social. Does it support the community? And next is about governance. Is it transparent? It is ethical and it is responsible. All of your ideas, just if you want to start, make just a quick assessment, because if you have this green idea, if you want to create something, you should think about, is your idea reducing waste? It is extending product lifespan? It is using recycled or renewable materials? Is it offering community benefits? Is it affordable and inclusive? Is it easy to start? And remember, there are no small ideas, because small ideas can also have a big impact. If each of us are doing something for the environment, at the end it will be a big impact. I think we should do a little bit activity if you want to participate in this. It is about this could be a foundation if you want to. Oh, I didn't see previously. There were some of the skills that young people had: resilience, flexibility of case, being innovative, managing, leadership, bravery, good speaking skills. Okay, that's very true. We spoke about this. So now think of some waste material. I put here plastic bottles, one. A second is all clothes, food waste, then electronics and paper. And think write in the chat what useful product or service can be created from this waste. Choose maybe one of these, like plastic bottles, all clothes, food waste, electronics, or paper, and think, write in the chat what could be created from this waste, but write it in the way like I have in this example: problem, solution, benefit. For example, if the problem is textile waste, like we said, the solution is to create maybe upcycled bags, and benefit will be to reduce waste and to help to the youth employment. So could we have maybe 30 seconds of thinking just to write in the chat what could you do, for example, with the plastic bottles, old clothes, food waste? Think about something innovative. What can we do with it? Okay. This could be a foundation if you want to start like really good green business concept. Did someone choose maybe plastic bottles? What could be done with the plastic bottles? How we can use plastic bottles? What about food? What could we do with the food that we are throwing in the garbage? So, Christina, plastic bottles, rooms. Oh, okay. Food waste, give to the homeless or at the animal shelter. Paper, recycled paper invitation that contains seed that you can plant. Actually, we have one organization here, Simona, it is called Arno, and then they gave me several times, but I never, it is called like, I don't know this plant, how it is called, but never grows. I do everything, throwing and do everything, but it can never be growing something. We have a really good example with our colleagues with this plastic. But they are buying machines, and they will, I don't know, it is some sort of techniques. They are melting the plastics, and from the plastic, they are making like a plastic blocks. Uh, uh, and they're using like the Lego blocks, and they're using them to make like tables or branches to sit and offering to the schools, to the communities, um, to the municipalities. It was something that they are doing with the plastic. All clothes, as I saw you show you previously, there were so many things that you can do with your old clothes. Food waste, thinking about making your own compost for the garden. Electronics, what can you do with your old electronics? But if you are willing to think, there are a lot of repurposes that you can find with all of your things. The first thing is to change your way of thinking and to become, of course, more aware about these really big problems that we are having now. Basically, that was all that I wanted to share you about you. If you want to share, I know that you are shy. I have experience with the students. They're all very shy. They don't want to speak if they don't have. But if someone wants to share or write, maybe, is there something new that learned something today? Is there something that could really apply in the real life? If there's some new idea or skill there's taking away today, if there's something that want to change after today, or we wasted our afternoon. Yes, of course. Someone else, is there any new skill that you learned or something new, or everything that you heard today you already knew about that? Okay, in China they are turning plastic bottles into electricity, so it's yes, good. Our dependence of the energy is a very big problem, and we should all think about in the future, like it was bio. I was spoken previously. They are also finding a new ways of making energy, because there is a need for that now in the world. We need to keep everything in mind, and first, if we want to create something, we should start from our own, and then to share our behavior to our families, to our friends. And also, if if you wish to start some new green business, I'm also here if you want something else. This was basic, of course. If you want some further reading, is also you may explore Ellen MacArthur Foundation, Zero Waste Europe. Also, you can read about EU Circular Economy Action Plan and SDG Compass. It is very useful reading material if you want to start business. And remember, the circular economy, it's not only about protecting the environment, it's about innovation, creativity, entrepreneurship, and the skills of the future. That's why it's very important. I had also some here businesses they are starting in this from the young people, like student success story. If you want, I can share further. But if you don't, that was all that I wanted to share with you in this afternoon. So, do you have anything to ask me or add something? Just write or say something. So, if you don't, Simona, what do you think? We should conclude. Thank you, Simona is saying. No, thank you. Thank you. It was my pleasure to speak. It's also better to speak in the person when you are speaking and you're have young people in front of you. They are not like silent. They want to speak, and believe me, they have a lot of things to say. But maybe this way they are a little bit shy. But I know that they have so much to speak about. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. It was really nice. It was really interesting. I think it was really inspiring. And I think that's all for now. Really, it was 1 hour, as
Yes,
we promised.
yes, yes. We are basically on time.
Awesome. Okay, thank
Okay,
you very much.
thank you all
And
participants, and we will stay in touch for further initiatives.
yeah,
Nice seeing
definitely.